I call this meeting of the City of Pahokee, regular commission meeting of Tuesday, June the 14th, 2022 to order at 6:06 p.m. Will you please stand for the invocation provided by Vice Mayor Claire Mervin, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Let us pray. Father God, in the name of Jesus, God, we come today, God, to say thank you for another day. Thank you, oh God, that you allowed us to be here today, oh God. We give your name the praise, the honor, and the glory. Oh God, as we come together today, God, to do the business of the city, we ask, oh God, that you would be with us and direct us, oh God, and lead us, oh God. God, we ask you, oh God, that you would give us ideas, oh God, to lead this city forward, oh God. God, I ask you, God, to bless us, oh God, and bless the hands, oh God, that you put in place, oh God, to do the work and as to serve your people. So, God, we want to thank you and we praise you today. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mayor Bab,
Present.
Vice Mayor Mervin,
Present.
Commissioner Bowden,
Present.
Commissioner Gonzalez, Commissioner Perez, Deputy City Manager,
Present.
City Attorney,
Present.
City Clerk, present.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Commissioners, and thank staff, and thank each of our listening audience and our ones and present here for participating in our regular scheduled commission meeting of June 14, 2020. At this time, we'll follow our agenda as presented, and the first item on the agenda is to the additions, deletions, and approval of the agenda items. At this time, I request that we add on our Centennial Committee report under presentation to the agenda.
Where is that, man? Where is the presentation? It's not on. It's not on.
Okay,
So
we'll
would
put
be-
it under old business.
If I can ask, she would like to get out a little early, so we can ask if she can move up. If she can move up on the agenda, so we can move her up.
Okay, so we'll put it at the beginning of the agenda.
So you want it?
After citizen comments.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Yes, after citizen comments. And at this time, Mr. Lucas, as city manager, you have any additions to the agenda?
No, sir. I just have my city manager report and I intend to discuss on the board of the ordinance.
Thank you. City Commission having had one item, the Centennial report added to the agenda to follow after citizen comments. What is your pleasure on approving the agenda as presented with that one addition?
Mayor, I move that we will approve the agenda with the addition of the Centennial Committee.
A second?
It is been moved by Vice Mayor Mervin and properly second by Commissioner Bowden for the acceptance of the agenda with the one addition, which is the Centennial report, which will follow citizen comments. Call for questions. Hearing none, are you ready for a vote? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Vice Mayor Mervin?
Yes.
Commissioner Bowden?
Yes.
Commissioner Gonzalez?
Yes.
Commissioner Mayor Bab?
Yes. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Commission. Motion passed by a unanimous 4-0 vote. Now we'll move to the citizen comments. Public service announcement. All items on the agenda, 3 minutes, please. City Clerk, at this time, do you have any public service or citizen comment card completed?
No, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Now we'll move to the...
Mayor, I do have some announcements, if it's the place to make it.
If you
I have two announcements. One is, it's free. You are invited to please join the Bolden Community Impact at the Pahokee Elementary School for Father's Day's brunch. Join us as we celebrate fathers and father figures for their positive impact on young children. This will be Saturday, June 18th, 2022 at 11 a.m. This will take place at the Pahokee Elementary School cafeteria. There will be free food, games, prizes, gifts for dads. You can RSVP by June 16th to Miss Christine Bolden, and that's at 561-281-5532 or boldencommunityimpact@gmail.com. Then there's one more announcement. And just would like to announce that we did have a new business open in the city this weekend. She had a grand opening Saturday. That was another hair salon called Crown with Glory Hair Studio. And that was located at 185 East Main Street. That is run by our very own resident of the city, Sierra Darvell. So we asked everyone to patronize, well, women, of course, to patronize the new hair salon that opened up in the city of Pahokee.
And I will announce also that LaWanda Thomas Daycare have asked the city if they're having anything in conjunction to Father's Day, if they need their assistance or help in any item or activity. I will share that also with the Centennial Committee, since we're celebrating Juneteenth, maybe some performance from the children on their side.
Oh, that would be great.
Would probably be good. Okay, we'll move to the next item on the agenda, which is the approval of minutes, and we don't have any minutes at this time to approve. The next item on the agenda is the consent agenda items. We have two consent agenda items, and at this time, I would ask for consideration to move those to be approved unless there are some questions that you need to ask to have each or one of the items pulled. Huh?
Centennial.
Okay, I'm sorry, yeah.
One.
Yeah, we're gonna go back to the Centennial report, since we say that will be right after us.
Wait, I see Commissioner Perez coming in. I'll give her a chance. So good evening, Commissioners and Pahokee staff. It's already Reverend Wallace was not able to be here due to schedule conflict. I just wanted to give the community an update on the Juneteenth celebration. We are still from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. We have several activities that are planned that will include a kids' corner for activities for the kids. We will have Pahokee Drumline. We will have a gospel performance. We will have Zumba on the lake again with Miss Aaliyah Dean. We're gonna have presentation of community honorees from the Tri-City areas as part of the Mutteenth celebration. Pahokee High, make sure that they're able to participate at the event. One of the things I do want to bring to your attention is that now that Juneteenth is a federal holiday, we're seeing more and more communities are participating and hosting Juneteenth events, which is pose a conflict with us and the city of Belglade. The city of Belglade is doing, even though they're doing theirs on the 19th, how they're doing their vendors is different than how we're doing our vendors. And so this, for the Juneteenth, we do have vendors secured, not as many as we had for Cinco de Mayo and Centennial Day at the Marina, but we are going to continue to proceed as normal to try to make sure that we provide the best activity here in Pahokee as part of your Centennial activities. One thing I do want to bring to your attention is some of the concerns that have come up, and this is more of a question for PBSO, is we've seen the recent posts that have been made on social media in regards to the Juneteenth event. I know that reports have been made to PBSO. There are concerns from the residents about the safety of being out there on the event. I just want to make sure that you are aware of that as well. So I'm assuming that we will be making sure that security is in place. I just want to make sure that the community knows that we're going to be taking security very seriously at the event on Saturday. So we're trying to make sure that we encourage any and everybody to come out and participate in the event. So, any questions?
You mentioned, and it may have been just a typo, that the event will be from 1 to 8. The flyers and information say 1 to 10.
Oh, 1 to 10, okay. So it's supposed to be Dance the Night Away, so it's supposed to, it's just like just everybody getting together, fellowshipping, live music. Yeah, we were looking at trying to do some additional activities that include hosting a movie that night, but that we were not able to do that this year. So that's the only reason, but thank you.
And I'd just like to,
And so as a result of the fact that we were not able to do the video or the movie, that's why the time was adjusted to 1 to 8 for that day. Sorry about that. Thank you.
no problem. I'd just like to just go on record, as always, that we really appreciate this commission, really appreciate all the work and effort that the Centennial Committee have put into all of the activities and events that you have put on. So it's really appreciated, and it really have enhanced our community present and gave the community at large an opportunity to come and celebrate this wonderful occasion of 100 years celebration of the city of Pahokee. So thank you on behalf of the commission.
And you're very welcome, Mayor Babb. And actually, thanks to the residents in the city of Pahokee for, because none of this would have happened, would be possible if the residents didn't participate and engage. So kudos to the residents for their participation in this. For folks who are still interested in becoming a vendor, we will do an extension. You have until Thursday to submit your vendor form if you're going to be selling items. It's a $100 vendor fee. You need to make sure that you submit that form to the city by Thursday. And that completes the report on behalf of the Centennial Committee. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Now we'll move to the consent agenda items. We have 2 items on our consent agenda, and at this time, if no one objects, we would have a motion to approve those items. Normally, a consent agenda item is something that really don't require a whole lot of conversation or discussion from the commission, but there are times when items do appear on there that we hadn't had any knowledge or any information on, and we decide to pull it for discussion. So if that's not the case, then I would entertain a motion that we approve those 2 items.
Mayor, I move that we will accept the consent agenda 1, which is resolution 2022-19, and also 2, April 26, 2022 city commission meeting minutes.
Yeah, and just for the public, those items, the first one is a giving authorization for the city clerk to set the location of the upcoming election, and the second one is the minutes, which we all have received. And
I second.
it has been moved by Vice Mayor Mervin and properly second by Commissioner Bolden that we accept the consent agenda. Call for questions. Hearing none, are you ready for a vote? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Vice Mayor Mervin,
Yes.
Commissioner Bolden,
Yes.
Commissioner Gonzalez.
Yes.
Commissioner Perez,
Yes.
Mayor Babb.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Commission. Motion passed by unanimous vote. Next is our regular agenda items. The first item on the agenda is ordinances. We have an ordinance 2022-02, City Attorney.
Yes, sir. Ordinance 2022-02, an ordinance of the City Commission of the City of Pahokee, Florida, repealing and replacing Article 2, Section 2-26, entitled City Commission Meetings Generally, and 2-29, entitled Order of Business, renumbering and reordering as necessary, providing for an effective date.
Thank you, Madam city attorney. City manager, could you give us a brief explanation of that ordinance?
Yes, sir. This is an ordinance that the commission has amended and brought back the order in which items are to be brought forth on our city agenda. The ordinance was repealed at one point, and now it's being amended. So the ground rules and decorum of how commissions are ran has been added here in addition to processes here. Also, Mayor, if I may, I would like to look at our order, if we could consolidate a couple of things on that. I have placed a sheet with each one of you for consideration to make things smoother, faster for our meetings as we move forward.
Where's that paper
Are
at?
you referring to this sheet? Yeah.
It's a single
This sheet right here,
Sarah, it's a single one.
Commissioner Perez.
I don't think she was.
Look under, look
I don't
under.
have that.
Checking that.
She wasn't here when we passed it.
Okay, here, no problem, ma'am.
Allow me. Also, on these two.
And then all I'm asking is we consolidate, like move G up to E, and then like O go in front of public hearing. Just like
At this time, I'm going to open ordinance 2022-02 for public hearing to allow anyone in the audience an opportunity to speak before we begin to deliberate on this ordinance. Public hearing is open. Are there anyone in the audience that wish to speak on this ordinance? Hearing none, I'll close our public hearing. City Commission, you have had ordinance 2022-02 properly read into the minutes by our city attorney, properly explained by our city manager. We have given the public an opportunity to speak on it, had a public hearing, and now it's closed. What is your pleasure pertaining to ordinance 2022-02?
With that, I move to accept ordinance 2022-02.
I second. I'm sorry.
It has been moved by Commissioner Bolden and properly seconded by Commissioner Gonzalez for the adoption of ordinance 2022-02.
Mayor, would any consideration be given to making some adjustments on order, or?
It appears in the ordinance that you included it, so I get direction from our city attorney. I don't know if we need a discussion if we haven't brought up any issue or concerns, but he brought this as I guess as a revision to the ordinance to include the order of our business. So do we need to do anything outside of that?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, if you wanted to accept it, you would need to do an amendment to what you just did. But if you don't wish to accept it, then you would keep it as it is.
Okay. The city manager recommended some changes just in the order of our agenda, the way it's presented, and if you are okay with that, and if you want to pass that, include that as an amendment to our ordinance, then this is an opportunity to do so. If we get a motion and second, we'd have an opportunity to discuss it or debate it, and then we'll move whether we're gonna move it forward or not.
So I move to accept ordinance 2022-02 to include Mr. Lucas's reordering of the,
I'll second.
Agenda items.
So
agenda.
I just wanted to,
Go ahead, Al.
I just wanted to be clear and not confusing. All I would like to see, if possible, is moving G, the presentations and proclamations, just up to E.
To
And then-
public comments.
Pardon?
Yeah.
Before the public comments.
Is it, is the added
So-
with it?
You guys don't have what I have, but,
It's not.
okay, just,
Here you go. You wanna look at
You
it?
wanna add G to
Sorry.
E?
so it would read public comments, public service, and presentations and proclamations on E.
You had to explain it, try to give it to him to see it.
Then all I would do next is just move J, old business, before public hearing. That's it.
But don't you want to change K to H?
I was advised that we may want to leave public hearing by itself for legal purposes, so.
Okay.
Was it second?
It has
It was
been,
second.
yes, moved in second.
Okay.
Call for questions. Not a public hearing. You want to speak
Yeah,
on
what?
this? I'll give you an opportunity if you want to, but I don't think we need. Okay.
I just tried to give it to her, but she
What?
said no, so I just tried to give it to her, she said no. So we need to
No, I'll
just,
allow anyone who want to speak on it, that we done close the public hearing, but I don't have a problem with special our residents to give any comments they so desire.
And Mr. Mayor, you may want to just have Mr. Lucas just read the order into the record so that they can just hear the order.
Okay.
My suggestion is
Start at the top, first page. Call for order, yeah.
I will read the yellow highlighted section. The following order of business shall be observed. A, call to order. B, invocation and pledge of allegiance. C, roll call. D, additions, deletions, and approval of agenda items. E, public comments / public services, announcements, and requests. Here, I would like to see G moved up and merged where it says presentations and proclamation with that line, E. Eliminating, well, moving everything up from that point. F, consent agenda to remain as it is. Public hearings would now be G. Well, old school J should go before public hearing because it's old business. Then public hearing, resolutions, new business, mayor's report, report of city manager, report of city attorney, commissioner's comments, for the good of the order, community events, feel good, and announcements, and the last would be adjourn.
At this time, I have open for comments or questions that the commission may want to ask.
I just, is there any reason why you wanna, put the presentation proclamations with all that other stuff? Is there any reason?
Flow, make it go quicker, but it can remain just like you want.
It don't. I mean, it makes no difference to me. I just wanted to know.
I have the same comment. It really doesn't make a whole lot of difference to me, but I don't see how adding one or two items in to a section gonna make it go in as faster and as smoother. Just don't see it.
The reason we were requesting that is because most of the time at all the meetings, we're doing amendments to the agenda to add them and move them back up. So if we already have them at the top of the
You don't have
agenda,
to.
we don't have to take that time to sit here and go through the process of adding presentations to the top of the agenda, amending the agenda to add.
I don't know we do that that often, but I see.
We do.
We do
just
it almost
personally
every
don't see
meeting.
it.
We do it quite a bit.
Okay.
It's no problem. That's an easy one. Let's vote.
Any additional questions? Hearing none, are you ready for a vote? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Bowden,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Murphy.
Yes.
Commissioner Gonzalez.
Yes.
Commissioner Perez,
Yes.
Mayor Bab.
Yes. Motion passed by unanimous vote. Now we will move to the next item on the agenda, which are our resolution. We have 5 resolutions. The first resolution is Resolution 2022-20. City Attorney.
A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Pahokee, Florida, ratifying, approving for change order number 2 to the Resolution 2021-02 pertaining to Barfield Highway Reconstruction Project as set forth in Exhibit A, providing for an effective date.
Thank you, Madam City Attorney. City Manager, could you give us a brief explanation of Resolution 2022-20?
Page 30. Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor. Going through this is Ms. Adams' item. Deputy City Manager, would you like to come up and present the next 4 items here on the agenda?
Good evening, Mayor and Commission. Resolution 2022-20 is in regards to a change order that was went before the former City Manager Greg Thompson, and it has to do with the grouting of an existing water line, as well as the traffic control plan and a time extension for Barfield Highway for the contractor to be able to extend time. The grouting of the water line was for the old water line to be removed so that they could place down 120 linear feet of pipe and do an underrun. And that was approved by Palm Beach County, and so it would also be funded by Palm Beach County. There's also an alternate traffic control plan so that traffic will be able to run smoother on Barfield Highway. So instead of, it would eliminate the 1 lane only and 1-way traffic requirement from the original traffic control plan. The third item within this change order is a time extension. Due to the original date of the NTP, which was for Brasso to be able to start, there was a delay in the procurement issue and the late start of the Pelican Canal work. The East Beach Water Control District, my apologies, would not allow for work to begin at the 84-inch culvert because of the rainy season. So they needed to move this back to November 2021. There was also culvert-related procurement issues hindering the roadway and the drainage activities. So this added 157 days, which Mr. Thompson had previously approved and okayed. So now I'm just bringing this before Commission for a formal approval.
Thank you. Commissioners haven't had Resolution 2022-20 properly read into the minutes by our city attorney, properly explained by our deputy interim city manager. What's your pleasure?
Mayor, I move that we will accept Resolution 22-20.
Second it.
It has been moved by Vice Mayor Mervin and properly second by Commissioner Gonzalez for the adoption of Resolution 2022-02. I'm sorry, 20. Call for questions? Hearing none?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so this is not gonna be any cost to the city. This is the water, Palm Beach County Water Department.
Yes, ma'am.
And what are they gonna do? They're just gonna abandon the pipes?
The work has actually already been done. The work was done previously in December, I believe. So all that, the pipes were removed and they replaced new pipes down. So it was abandonment of the old pipes that were placed there.
So they had abandoned them?
Yes, ma'am.
Palm Beach County?
Yes, and Palm Beach County did look at the plan and they had approved it.
So there's no cost to the city?
No cost at all. We
Okay.
have an ILA with the Palm Beach County.
So, I heard you say, but this work already been done already, just never brought to the commission to be approved.
Yes, ma'am. And
So
the
we just
contractor,
ratifying
yes.
it to make sure
Yes,
books and everything is, okay.
And just for clarity, I thought I heard you say 120 feet. Is that a mistake or is it 1,000?
1,200 linear
1,200
feet.
linear.
Okay, I was just making,
I'm sorry if I said, yes, it's 1,200 linear feet.
okay.
In addition, questions? Hearing none, are you ready for a vote? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Vice Mayor Mervin,
Yes.
Commissioner Gonzalez,
Yes.
Commissioner Bowden,
Yes.
Commissioner Perez,
Yes.
Mayor Bab.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Commissioners. Motion passed by unanimous vote. Next is Resolution 2022-21. City Attorney.
A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Pahokee, Florida, ratifying approval for change order number 3 to Resolution 2021-02 pertaining to the Barfield Highway Reconstruction Project as set forth in Exhibit A, providing for an effective date.
Thank you, City Attorney. Madam Deputy City Manager, could you give us a brief explanation of this resolution?
Yes, this change order is for Barfield Highway again. This is an item to compensate the contractor for the dewatering permitting costs for the Pelican Canal. These costs will be covered by FDOT, so they have given 100% approval of those permit costs. And that cost is $2,943.78. And as I said, FDOT has given that approval for that, and I am asking commission approval for this change order to be processed.
So this is a cost to the city?
No.
No, ma'am, it's
No.
cost to FDOT. FDOT will reimburse us basically for it. So there is no additional cost directly to the city.
Okay.
City Commission haven't had resolution properly written to the minutes by our city attorney, properly explained by our deputy city manager. What's your pleasure?
Mayor, I move that we will accept Resolution 2022-21.
I accept. Sorry, second.
It has been moved by Vice Mayor Clara Mervin and properly second by Commissioner Bowden for the adoption of Resolution 2022-21. Call for questions. Hearing none, are you ready for a vote? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Vice Mayor Mervin,
Yes.
Commissioner Bowden,
Yes.
Commissioner Gonzalez,
Yes.
Commissioner Perez,
Yes.
Mayor Bab.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Commissioners. Motion passed by unanimous vote. Next is Resolution 2022-22. City Attorney.
A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Pahokee, Florida, ratifying approval for change order number 4 to Resolution 2021-02 pertaining to the Barfield Highway Reconstruction Project as set forth in Exhibit A, providing for an effective date.
Thank you, City Attorney. city deputy, city manager.
This change order number 4 is for Barfield Highway again, and it is to incorporate the utility revision to compensate the contractor for additional exploratory work due to the existing AT&T duct bank. The Palm Beach County Water Utility District requested that the contractor perform additional exploratory work for the new proposed alignments to ensure that no conflicts existed. The contractor is entitled to fabrication costs of the unused original manhole structures, and the contractor is entitled to 100% of those costs for disposal of the two of those pipes, as well as 3 unused manhole covers. Again, Palm Beach County requested this. Palm Beach County will be paying for those costs. And that cost is $18,825.11. And again, that is based upon our interlocal agreement with Palm Beach County.
Okay, so this was exploratory work that was recommended by, or suggested, or required by Palm Beach County, which
Yes,
the
ma'am.
contractor did, and we're gonna pay the contractor, and Palm Beach County is gonna reimburse us.
Yes, ma'am, correct.
$18,825. Is this Palm Beach County, or Palm Beach County Water?
Palm Beach County Water Utility District.
City Commission, having had Resolution 2022-22 properly read into the minutes by our city attorney, properly explained by our deputy city manager. What's your pleasure?
Mayor Bab, I move to accept Resolution 2022-22.
Second.
It has been moved. Yes. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Commissioners. Resolution passed by unanimous vote. Now we move to Resolution 2022-23, City Attorney.
A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Pahokee, Florida, authorizing the city manager to execute Amendment Number 5 to the state-funded grant supplemental agreement G-1605 with the State of Florida Department of Transportation, FDOT.
This resolution is an extension of Phase 4. It will allow us more time to get Phase 4, which is the resurfacing of 4 streets, which is MLK, West 5th Terrace, Rawdon to 3rd Street from Carissa all the way to Rawdon, as well as West 2nd Street. And so this will allow us more time to get that bid out and get that completed.
Thank you. City Commissioners, you have had Resolution 2022-23 properly read into the minutes by our city attorney, properly explained by our city deputy city manager. What's your pleasure?
Okay, 'cause I don't,
And I'm sorry, I did not add in the time extension, so that extends the contract to December 2022 of this year, from June to December.
this is for the roads, is resurfacing on the roads that we had.
Yes, that we have right now.
So this is gonna
Let's
extend
get
it from
let's get
where?
a motion in a second, and we'll ask questions. Just try to
Okay.
follow in a certain flow.
Okay.
I entertain a motion.
Mayor Bab, I move to accept Resolution 2022-23.
Second it.
It has been moved by Commissioner Bolden and properly second by Commissioner Gonzalez for the adoption of Resolution 2022-23. Call for question, Commissioner Perez.
Okay, this is for an extension
To resurface.
so that you can bid it out.
Yes, ma'am. So the contract would have ended June 30th of this month. This allows me to get the bid out and for the project to be completed by December 2022. It's 4 streets that will be resurfaced.
Okay, so, so I could understand it correctly. You get an extension from This is, where's this, Department of Transportation,
Road
the DOT?
Department.
So this is so that you could request for an extension from them.
No, it's the extension. Basically, yes, it request, this form allows me to complete resurfacing. $210,000 is the funds that we get, so that I can get those 4 streets resurfaced before the end of the year, end of this year.
But I thought that expired in June.
It
This
expires,
one.
this allows for me to have an extension. The
Right.
contract would have expired June 30th of
So
this
you're
year.
asking the extension from FDOT, so
I'm
that you
ask-
could have extra
I
time?
have
to
already
complete.
asked them. I have asked them for the extension. This agreement gives commission.
Okay. Okay, I got it.
Any additional questions? Hearing none, are you ready for a vote? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Bolden,
Yes.
Commissioner Gonzalez,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Mervin,
Yes.
Commissioner Perez,
Yes.
Mayor Bab.
Yes, thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Commissioners. Motion passed by unanimous votes. Now we'll move to our last and final resolution of the night, Resolution 2022-24. City Attorney.
A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Pahokee, Florida, approving amendments to the City of Pahokee's personnel rules and regulations as set forth in attached Exhibit A hereto, providing for an effective date.
City Manager, could you give us a explanation of this resolution?
Yes, sir. We have 3 items that we amended the city employee handbook. That is mending for pets, mending for mail, and also updating so that we conform with per diem to the state of Florida.
For the audience, could you just give a little better explanation? I mean, you gave it, but no pets, no mail, personal mail should be received from, just letting them know what the changes are so it can be clear to everyone. I think the first one is no pets.
Okay.
To
Let
allow
me-
no pets on city property.
That's correct, unless
you
it's a
have a
service animal.
The second one was not to have receipt of any personal mail delivered packages or whatever to the city of Pahokee. And the third
is for travel. When we go travel and reimbursement per diem instead of the U.S. per diem, we should be using the state of Florida.
yeah, I think the last time travel has been adjusted, it's been 2013, about 7-8 years ago. Costs and prices went up, so just putting it more in line with what other municipalities in the state provide for travel reimbursement. Case.
Actually, the correction is we would be following both the state of Florida and the US GSA to bring it up to $59 as a per diem versus the 2013 rate of $36, which is in line with the Florida statute.
Mr. Mayor, if I may, you may want to let me check on that. I think you all have to use the Florida statutes. It comes from the statute. So this is actually referencing 112.061, which is the procedure in the Florida statute. So I'm not clear what I talked to Mr. Lucas about was the Florida statute, not about combining anything. So what you have in front of you is just the Florida statute.
And if you look on page 127 of your packet, you would see that explanation under travel, number 8A, A, B, and C.
Okay.
So if we travel in Palm Beach County, we don't get lunch.
What page was that?
127.
127, of the
In back,
packet.
in the back, in the packet.
27.
In the last.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then if you go to page 150, you will see pets in the workplace, and then it's in the middle of the page, and then there's a highlighted deliveries to the workplace.
City Commissioners, having had Resolution 2022-24 properly read into the minutes by our city attorney and properly explained by our interim city manager, what's your pleasure?
Mayor Bell, I'm trying to find what the resolution is. Mayor Bell, I move that we will accept the resolution 2022-24.
Second.
It has been moved by Vice Mayor Mervin and properly second by Commissioner Gonzalez for the adoption of Resolution 2022-24. Call for questions.
Should we wait though, attorney, till you get back with us about the Florida statute? Should we, how do we approve it tonight or?
Well, if you approve it tonight, you're approving that you're going to follow the statutes. Right now, that aligns with what's in your code of ordinances as it relates to public officials. You all, the elected officials, you all have in your code of ordinances that you already follow 112, so this makes it consistent. That's what most cities do. They follow the statute. So I just don't know about the combining thing. When she said that, I'd never heard of that. My conversation with Mr. Lucas was about changing it to make it consistent with the Florida statute.
Okay.
In addition to questions?
So the only thing that was highlighted is the only thing that was changed or amended or?
No, they miss highlighting the pet part. And
No, I got the pet. I got pets in the workplace and deliveries to the workplace.
Yeah, just those three.
Mine are highlighted.
yours is
If
highlighted,
if I
mine's
may,
wasn't.
yeah, it's just not the highlight area. The clerk and I were just talking about it. So when I sent it with red line, but when she printed it, it didn't print with the red line. So what Mr. Lucas was doing, or the clerk may have done, was just highlight the sections where the areas are shown where the changes were made. So like Mr. Lucas said, 8 would be 8, A, B, and C, that would be the new language. Under pets in the workplace, that is new language. Under deliveries to the work before, that would all be new language.
Okay.
Any additional questions? Hearing none, you ready for a vote? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Vice Mayor Mervin,
Yes.
Commissioner Gonzalez,
Yes.
Commissioner Bowden,
Yes.
Commissioner Perez,
Yes.
Mayor Bab.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Commissioners. Motion passed by unanimous vote. Now we'll move to other agenda items and presentation, if there are any. First on the conclusion of the agenda would be the mayor's report, and it will be brief. Just want to again thank the Centennial Committee and encourage all our residents to come out to the Juneteenth celebration on the lake. It's called on the Muck, but we'll be at the marina in the campground. It's going to be a great event. The committee has been working very diligently to put on some great activity for our city in recognition of our 100-year celebration. Also, just last week we had, well, when I say we, the community, the Muck City Project held a Hall of Fame banquet and award ceremony, which the city is supported by purchasing a table for staff to attend. One of our local residents, Hall of Famer Ricky Jackson, was one of the recipients, along with other members in the community. So that, I thought that was a great event. I was part of it, as part of being on the advisory committee of that. Also, we had a job fair recently. Again, we are emphasizing, and we can't direct or dictate to our city manager who to hire, who to fire, but we are encouraging as much as possible local hiring from the city, within our own city, when we don't have a person who's applied for it or qualified for it, then we are hoping that he will look outside of the city. We're looking for the best qualified people to assist in running our city, but to help our economy and help stimulate our growth, we're really looking for local people, and this what this community is asking. So I'm just putting that out there as a means of ensuring the public that that's a priority for this administration, to hire as much as possible locally and within our own community. And that would include my mayor's report. Next would be our city manager report. Mr. Lucas.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll be brief. I just did a 2-page. I wanted to mostly get consent from the commission. So I'll start off with seeking City Commission consent to prepare a budget process schedule for the fiscal year 2022 through 2023 to bring back at the June 28, 2028 commission meeting.
Anything you don't have no opposition to, you got consent, I'm imagining. So they'll let you know if something that's
Okay.
not in agreement.
Next, seeking City Commission consensus to bring the following 10 properties forward to the commission in a resolution to start the foreclosure process. That is 170 West 3rd Street, 169 Adams Place, 142 South Lake Avenue. There's a place just right where the border is, where it's fenced in on the right side, the Bacon Point Road property, 1565 East Main Street, 407 Rawdon Street, Laramore, sorry, Road, Rawdon Avenue at State Road 15, 636 South Lake Avenue, and Rawdon Avenue. We have also the parcel ID numbers for that. But with moving forward on this, the city could take ownership and use these properties as negotiation pieces for residential and businesses. That is the objective here in moving forward. Seeking.
Mr. Mayor, just, we'll be working together with Mr. Lucas to make sure, if that's the direction that the commission wants to go in, that you have clear title for these properties, that they're hopefully not residential properties, that those things can be done with some type of maybe a plan or some type of process that we might be able to bring back.
I have a question. When you say foreclose on these properties, what, city liens, is it that you have
Yes, we have city
a lot of
liens.
city liens and you just want to foreclose?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not quite that easy, but but we'll work, and we'll work through it with manager, and hopefully come up with some type of a process that you can approve, so that we don't get ourselves in trouble.
So they're in, right now, they're titled to someone, but they owe the city lien. The city has liens because of code enforcement, I imagine.
Yes.
Okay. Do you also have a list of properties that the city owns at this time?
Yes, we do. And that's found with Ms. Polanka when you first come through the door and to the right.
Okay.
And it's also, Ms. Adams, help me remember, don't we have it listed on the website?
I don't remember. Don't remember for sure, I can check, but also some of those properties are also listed on the unsafe structures list with the city that, from, I believe it was Ordinance 2018, I have to go back and check, city clerk, but they're also, some of those properties are also listed as unsafe structures.
No, it just has the parcel ID number. I just know it's on the right side as you're going up State Road 715. So once you pass your house and you get up there, there's a fence. It's like a water treatment area.
By the pump house.
Yes. And where that fence is, it's actually inside that fencing, that property.
You can continue including your, that's all your items on there?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't you, the reason I'm asking, doesn't
I
the city
don't-
already own that? Because we had bid on that at one time before you were mayor.
Yeah. Some of these, although the city may be interested in foreclosing, we may not even get to that point. Some entities sometimes have several liens from other entities, so you may get a property you want to foreclose on, but the cost of doing it may even prohibit us from even going forward. But there's a lot of working
Cost too.
parts in that, involved in that.
Because when we had bid on it, and then the mayor said no, or whatever, and then even though we were the only one, because you were renting it out or whatever to the ones working on the dock.
We're double checking now, so just to get clarity.
That's just a question. You can go ahead and finish
Okay.
your report, though, and we can come back to that if we need to.
Thank you, sorry for interrupting.
Seeking City Commission consensus to bring the ARPA allotment spending back to the commission in the form of a resolution by July 18, 2022, showing how we plan to spend our funding with the assistance of the advisory committee over the next 2-year period. Keep going? Okay. Seeking City Commission consensus to reopen the marina to daily vendors to sail on the lake Monday through Saturday, except during city events. Seeking City Commission consent to place a request for proposal for a financial advisor. Seeking City Commission consent to approve let's see here. Scratch that one.
And since you were scratching that one, let's go back up to that last one about the financial advisor. I thought we already had a financial consultant already. I know we have an interim finance director, but give a little more information on what you're looking to do as far as a financial advisor.
So what a financial advisor does is he advises the city on money management. We have idle money that can be making us money. He can also advise us on best rates to go shop, when to pay off loans. In this case, one of the things we're looking at is consideration with banking, and is there other banks that could do a better job for the city? So we, in order to explore it, the financial advisor would get out front and handle all the bid selections and things like that for us, coming in with packages from the other banks.
I just, I mean, doesn't the finance director should be qualified to do those kind of things? I mean, we got at least 2 or 3 people in finance, don't we?
So when it comes to, I mean, she's a very talented lady, but at this level of money management, it's as though he's an expert. A lot of cities have an advisor that walks them through complicated transactions, and for example, coming up, we may have to do a bond. So he can help us with the bond selection to get enough money to repair the whole city and do all the things we need to do. We want to consider all options as we move forward.
And just so the public know, this won't be a full-time person on staff where 24/7 or 7 days a week or 5 days a week. This is a person that when we have specific needs in relation to the finance.
So
he would
generally a financial advisor is a minimum of maybe $1,000 a month for retainer, but they make their money in the packaging of the financial instrument. So if we wanted to build a new gymnasium and do an amusement park up at the marina, he would help us package those things and get the bids out to underwrite it so that we get the proper loan and a proper loan rating so that we can move forward with building.
So I'm trying to think, so you say his retainer is $1,000 a month, but he's only used as we need him basis, or?
What we
So
want
he
to
only
do is
pay
we
unless
want to
you
put
need-
out a request for proposal for that service to see. The one that came to our retreat 2 years in a row is Jeff Larson. But we want to be fair and look at others that do the same thing so we can see what we're getting or if we want to do it at all. But I want to at least have permission from my commission to move forward so I can bring it back and say, okay, here's what we're planning to do. Here's how this position or this advisor, if you will assist us.
Will we have one to present so that we can kind of see what they can do and what they would offer? Will they be able to present to us?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because this is a all-out proposal to say anybody who sees it from anywhere in the country, they're welcome to submit a proposal.
And the proposal will be to provide finance advice to the city.
And to assist us with best banking opportunities, best borrowing opportunities, then growing your money. There's a lot of things there that we hadn't done before that we can take advantage of and make money.
Well, I mean, we only have one bank, which is PNC. So if we pull out of PNC, I believe that probably the city is their biggest account or something to that nature. If we pull it out, what will happen to PNC? If PNC goes, then everybody that banks at PNC will have to go to Belgrade.
Well, so first things first, if we put out the proposal for a financial advisor and we select it, then that person would run the process of the bank selection. And what that process happens, they would say, here's all the services, here's the scope of work which the city of Pahokee is seeking to do. And then all the banks will line up and they will make offers. They will have low interest rates. They will have overnight things. There's a lot of things we've never explored in Pahokee.
Again, what he's asking for, we're not committing to anything
Yeah.
other than just to have him proceed and look at it once we see the amount it's gonna cost. And we're certainly gonna be looking to make sure that what service they provide would really, be offset by the gains we receive.
Exactly.
For it's like investment, the interest of our money can go up and pay for what services we're actually providing. But we want to look at that. So we're not giving them total authorization to go out and hire a financial advisor, but just to look at that process and bring back whatever recommendation he may have at the end.
Well, but if you put the RFP out and you choose somebody, then they're pretty much, okay, it's a done deal, is it not?
Well, even that, I think even Commissioner Bowland pointed out that we would actually even be involved in interviewing or questioning them about their proposal. They will present their proposal to us. So we'll be really making the final selection, I would imagine, with the recommendation of the city manager. So there should be some safeguards that we're not giving them a total range of going out doing everything they want to do. That's why he's bringing it back to us to get our approval. For moving forward.
And doesn't mean we leave PNC. If PNC bids right,
Right.
they can retain us. But it's making them honest, that's for sure.
And speaking of PNC, I might well just interject it in there. They're actually going to be putting on a small business seminar. I had some concerns because some residents had some concerns, some churches had some concerns about their lending practices. So they want to explain a lot of their process and try to be more inclusive within the local community. So they are trying to step up to the plate and look at
Bad
some of
time.
the complaints that's going on.
So what are they doing? What are they
Big
doing?
small business seminar to kind of share with the community
Yeah.
what's the practice of the lending.
This
is in your
Position
packet.
yourself to be more qualified for a loan if you request it, things like that.
Yes, sir.
That's a political move.
And then the last thing is a consensus to officially develop a city's vision, mission, objectives, and core values. I went on the website, I've asked questions of the city clerk, and I hadn't found anything where you guys have officially voted on what is that strategic plan. So I would like to have permission to develop that and bring it back so we can get not only your input, but the city citizens' input. And then just last, accomplishments. I recently offered American Legion Post 414 a space at the Harbor Master for a 6-month period. And they'll be meeting on the second Wednesday of each month starting July. We met with JPT Holdings and had an official walkthrough yesterday. And then we held our first town hall meeting Friday, June 10th, and pretty much got rained out. But, and then as Mayor had pointed out, Juneteenth, we have that June 18th. City Hall will be closed Monday the 20th. And then July 4th is on Monday. And that'll be at the, both will be at the Marina and Campground. That concludes my report, sir.
Next, we'll move to the city attorney report, if there's one.
No report, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Well, just have two questions. Do we have any outstanding lawsuits filed against the city that will need to be?
Not
No.
anything recently, no, sir.
Okay, thank you. We don't have any old business. Under new business, we have one item, Florida League of Cities 90th Annual Conference, voting delegates. I think every year we actually appoint a voting delegate. It's normally the mayor with the vice mayor as a secondary person in case the mayor is not able to make a meeting or voting.
What is this for? So,
The League of Cities, the annual convention is gonna be in Hollywood this year. I think on August.
so only one person could go?
No, all of us going, all of us able to go, just voting. We have items, or business items that need to be voted upon. And like I say, normally your mayor is your voting delegate. And if need to, we can even do it, some cities even do, you have 3 votes, at least the size of our city. Sometimes it can be 3 different persons if you like have 1 vote each, but to be consistent, it's normally nothing really controversial, but every annual convention, we delegate or name the person who's gonna be our vote delegate, so they're aware of their responsibility at the convention. Don't need nobody sitting on the pool side when it's time to vote. Somebody got to be there to cast our vote. Any motion or recommendations is, I just gave the normal process, but it can be whatever process we want to have in the vote delegate. I don't have a problem either way.
Maybe I move that we leave it like it is, 'cause that's what most cities do anyway. You know, so we just leave it like it is.
Okay, so to leave it like it is, we have the mayor as the primary voting delegate with the vice mayor as the backup.
And I would like to be added as the 3rd one.
Okay.
I second.
Okay. Call for questions. And I'll just iterate, Vice Mayor made the motion, Commissioner Boland second, and we're including a 3rd alternate, which will be Commissioner Perez. Call for question. Hearing none, are you ready for a vote? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Vice Mayor Mervin?
Yes.
Commissioner Bolden?
Yes.
Commissioner Gonzalez?
Yes.
Commissioner Perez?
Yes.
Mayor Bab?
Yes. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Commissioners. Motion passed by unanimous vote. Now we'll move to commission comments, and we're gonna start, and do it a little different this time. We're gonna start with Commissioner Bowman.
Well, guys, I just want to thank you all for a wonderful meeting, everyone working together, remaining objective, and putting Pahokee first. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Bowman. Commissioner Perez.
Just like to thank everyone that's here, everyone that's on YouTube listening. Just like to ask for the community to get more involved, you know, with the city events and procedures. And to thank, the, last time I forgot, the ARPA committee. I like the people that are on there. It shows they got some knowledge. And the Centennial committee. And also the recreation department. I like all this that's happening. And PBSO for sponsoring. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Gonzalez.
Yes. I'd just like to thank everybody for showing up and to show some support for Juneteenth on the Saturday. And let's reach out to more vendors, from my understanding by Ms. Annie Ifield. We need more vendors to be out there, and we show support in the last 2 events. Let's show support for this event, and let's reach out and make it happen. Thank you.
Mayor, I just did on what everyone said up here, but I forgot 2 announcements, if I may. There also is another new business that's here in the city of Pahokee. Right beside the hairdresser, there's also, you can go and have a spa and a facial. And that's located in the same building next door. I didn't get the name of it, but it's you're going for a spa, facial there. And also we want to congratulate Joshua Brown. He has opened up his own funeral home now, even though it's in Clewiston, but he still represents the whole Glaze area. So we want to acknowledge him. We want to thank him for that he's still in Pahokee, still in the Glaze area, just the office is in Clewiston. So again, everyone says thank the staff of Pahokee. I just want to give a big shout out to our Public Works Department, because it is hot out there. And when you ride by, they are really working in that sun. So I'm hoping that the city, I think I seen some pictures to get some covering or something over their lawnmowers or something. But I give a big shout out to all the staff, but I really give it out right now to the Public Works Department.
And just like to mention, we did mention in our town hall meeting, the town home project, the one at the old hospital site, hopefully will be groundbreaking in August, so that will be starting very soon. And as the city manager mentioned, it was a walkthrough with the NFL players group, and hopefully that will start being open in August also. So progress are continuing to be made. And we saw it record time today.
Yes,
it's
we did.
approximately 7:30, 7:23, less than an hour and a half, Commissioner Gonzalez.
Yes, thank you. Yes, Vice Mayor just said something right now that's very important. It is hot out there. Is there a way that we can help out with our employees that are working out in the field with electrolytes? It is hot out there.
Yes, and we've recently, I've approved the ice machine for Public Works and Parks and Rec, and extra supplies of Gatorade and water. So we're making sure they're staying hydrated, and we have that equipment ordered as well, shade, providing shade for them and fans with canopies over the riding
Very
horse.
good.
Don't
Yeah,
worry.
Very
they
good.
have little hats that have a fan on it.
Little canopies on the
And
hat.
They
lastly,
got the one now right in there.
lastly, before I entertain a motion for adjournment, I just want to share that the coronavirus is still out there.
Yes, it is.
CDC has recommended for Palm Beach, Broward, and Dade County to wear masks inside. And that's why I was really trying to have mine today. I'll take it off when I have to speak, but outside of that, just be careful, just be safe. I had a cousin who died in Texas of the virus. He caught it twice. So sometimes we are asymptomatic. We don't even know we're carrying it, but the mask does protect others as well as yourself. So I just want to put that out on the table.
Man, but may I say one more thing? And as far as the ARPA committee, guys, mitigating the coronavirus is a very important part of this too. So when you're talking, guys, think about even UV lights for AC units so that things don't circulate in buildings where there's high traffic. I think that's a very important thing, especially inside of our buildings, so that AC doesn't push the virus all throughout the building. Usually things like the UV lights, they have a number of different alternatives for mitigating COVID inside. So please have those discussions, do your research.
Humidifiers and all of that.
Make that a priority.
Thank you. Now I entertain a motion for the adjournment of our meeting.
Second.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Been moved by Commissioner Perez and second by
7:30, God.
Gonzalez. Call for question, hearing none, are you ready for a vote? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Perez,
Yes.
Commissioner Gonzalez.
Yes.
Commissioner Bowden,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Murphy.
Yes.
Mayor Bab.
Yes, thank you. Motion passed unanimously.
It's daylight outside.
Meet adjourned.